Okay, so I'm in my playground today. I've got all my playthings. Got a big hunk of charcoal, brushes, pencils, some cream paint. I think I'm gonna go with greens and blues and cream with maybe a touch of red. I've got some cool chalk, kids sidewalk chalk, my Woodies, water-soluble crayons, markers. I got a little bit of everything, and I'm just gonna play. I've got this canvas rolled out. I've got a couple coats on it, so I thought I would section it off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 18 by 24 paintings that I can make out of this canvas. So yeah, I am just gonna play, and see what comes of it. And this will probably be a project that I'm working on for a little while, and in the next couple of videos maybe as I progress along and get these done for a special project. So stick with me, and this is how to activate a canvas. This is how to activate your painting and not be afraid, just to play. The beginning stages should just be all about play. So come on and watch me play. Okay, so just to get started, I have a canvas, and you can see I've sectioned it off to 18 by 24 sections. So hopefully I'll end up with 8 paintings that are 18 by 24. But in any case, I just want to get something on the canvas and not worry too much about what it's going to be, how it's going to lay out. I just want to get color on there. So the colors that I'm putting on may not necessarily be the colors that I end up showing, but it's just getting something on the canvas. So I'm starting out with paint, and actually the red lines that I'm using here are actually sidewalk chalk from a box of sidewalk chalk for kids. And I just love to be able to scribble, then go back with a brush and smear it all together, smear the paint and the chalk together, and it ends up being kind of a cool color. Pink with a little splash of orange here and there. I'm now adding in some copper paint. Not wild about the ripples that are in the canvas, but I'm not too concerned with that because I know when I get finished, I'm going to lay these out and glue them onto 18 by 24 inch boards. If I end up going with that size, who knows? I might break it up and do different sizes. But for now, it's all about just getting something on the canvas. Now, this is a kind of a cool roller. It's a roller that has a pattern to it, and I use this roller a lot in just rolling through the paint and seeing what I can create. I can drag it through and create some marks, some lines with it. And now this is one of my favorite tools, and it's a big old hunk of charcoal. It's messy to use, but that even will work for me in the end. And I love using the charcoal because some of it will stay, some of it when I rub over it with paint, I can get some really pretty grayed down colors. And as you can see, having it on my fingers works too because I can make some marks with my own fingerprints with the charcoal. Okay, so now I'm going to start toning things down just a little bit and neutralizing and getting back to a good starting spot. And I'm just using a titanium white. Oh no, actually I'm sorry, I'm not titanium white. It's a Titan buff, and I think it's actually called parchment. And now I've got all these great lines to work with. They kind of give me a little bit of guidance, but I can go in and paint into shapes. I can paint over the lines and get some really great gray tones and still let a little bit of the undercolor show through. But as you can see, what was underneath is becoming less and less important because I am just painting over it, within it, and yeah, it's really very freeing and very fun to do this process this way because I still don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm trying not to be too concerned with how I have this laid out into 18 by 24 inch sections, and I can go in with my pick and do some scraping, do some line work, and yeah, it's just everything about this is really fun and freeing. Okay, so I'm really sad to say I had the camera setting wrong on this and it completely blurred out and I couldn't fix it, but I sped it up and put it in here just so you could see that I went in over everything and started adding green and blue, and because that's really the direction that this piece is going to go in. And now I'm starting to add in papers that I had pulled together. I had a selection of papers that I wanted to use. I wanted a little black and white in each one. Like I said, I'm keeping the colors in blues and greens and grays and black and white. And yeah, so I just laid the papers out. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, this was not easy to get up and down on this cement ground all day, to sit on it and push myself up and get up and down. It wasn't easy, but I'm really liking all the stuff that's happening in this piece, and this is nowhere even close to being anywhere even remotely done. I have possibly 8 paintings happening here, and I think, of course, it's going towards my normal, the thing that I always gravitate towards. It's more flowers than anything. And it could end up being 8 paintings, or it may end up being 2 large paintings. I think I could get 2 large paintings out of this, but I love all the stuff that's going on. I wanted to repeat some of the papers. That paper got repeated a couple times. It's over in that corner right there. I have a wallpaper, vintage wallpaper repeated somewhere in here, but I didn't do the same thing on every section. And I tried to keep in mind that there weren't actually even sections, that I was just kind of playing with what, the whole surface. And then stuff starts showing up. But this is going to be more, I was going for blue and green, so I've got that. But I'm gonna be going over this with cream and white and pencil marks, and hopefully I'm gonna get to that before I post this video this week, but I got a funny feeling I'm not, because this is going to take me a little bit longer, and I want to spend more time with it. But I wanted you to see what I was up to, what I was doing this week, not in the studio, but on my carport. And the weather's beautiful. I've got some of my Nat Geo Citrusol papers in there. I've got this green paper is from a paint palette. I got a giant calendar that for my big numbers. This was a jelly plate paper. These were just all papers in my stash that I pulled out. So there you go. That was this week's studio session. And yeah, it was pretty fun. I'm going to continue on it, probably not until this weekend, but I hope that it helps you see that just go for it, just play. You won't even recognize these pieces when I get them finished, from where they are now to where they're going to end up. So thanks for being here. Don't forget the thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I will see you again next week in next week's studio session. Bye-bye.